Asif Hafeez has been a great informer. He's still on remand. There are no charges. There was no heroin found on the premises. Where is the illegal substance? Other agencies to put Pakistan on the blacklist. He's a successful multi-billionaire. Wrong is wrong, right is right. That is the kind of trust people have on the British courts. They accepted a criminal's evidence against Asif Hafeez. Can you imagine? So, that is a travesty of justice, for God's sakes. Complete travesty of justice. If he's guilty, throw him. For God's sakes, 5 years. This video should go to the right people, to the honest people. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to PJME's official YouTube channel. Today I have some disclosures and something for the people to know at large, whether there is justice or whether there is injustice. And today I'm going to be talking about a man by the name of Mr. Asif Hafeez. He's been in the newspapers all over the world, and today I'm going to give you some disclosures which have not come to light. He was arrested on the 25th of August 2017, nearly 5 years, and he's still on remand. There are no charges. The initial charge, when the UK police raided his house in Regent's Park on the behest of the US agencies, drug enforcement agencies, that he was going to smuggle heroin to the United States. There was no heroin found on the premises, and it was all on hearsay. Nevertheless, he was arrested and has been behind bars since then. He's a diabetic patient. He's had stomach surgery, he had gastric surgery, and his stomach has been removed. He can't take any medicines through his mouth because it just won't work. And so he has to take all the medicines by soluble means. 23 hours in solitary confinement on a hearsay charge. US wants him extradited there because it's all a major game. Now let me tell you, Asif Hafeez has been a great informer for the right thing. Wherever there's been some illegality done, he's been informing Her Majesty's Customs and Excise. He's been informing Dubai's CID, and he's been informing whatever and whoever the agencies were. But then the Americans came in, and when he reported that Yemeni and on the Omani coast there were going to be a smuggling racket of arms and drugs, the US came in, the agencies, and they told him that, give us complete and exclusive information, don't share it with any other. He refused. And he was threatened with dire circumstances and consequences. Then on the second time, at the behest of India, who has always been after Pakistan, that Pakistan has been harboring Dawood Ibrahim and so on and forth. And he was again asked that, to find out about Dawood Ibrahim. He says, I have nothing to do with him and I don't know. And again, he was threatened with dire consequences. And eventually, they entrapped him, to cut it short. After entrapment, you can see what I'm telling you all about. Now, when we speak about illegal substances, where is the illegal substance? Where is it? When did it go to the United States? This guy deals in gold, pharma, and all kinds of, garments and all other international stuff. So why would he go into this? He's a successful multi-billionaire through gold, as there have been others, Abdullah Bhatti and so many others. But he's been entrapped in the same way as perhaps Arif Naqvi Afia Siddiqui, and so many others. And this Dawood Ibrahim incident has taken place only at the behest of India, because they have been behind, and there's been one gentleman by the name of Kamran who has been working against Pakistan, particularly with FATF and other agencies to put Pakistan on the blacklist. They succeeded. And after they succeeded, then as usual, the covert operation, as what we saw here in Pakistan, Imran Khan, prime example, removed through covert means. There's no head or tail. And the same thing here goes with this gentleman. So why is he being incarcerated? His children, they're scared of going to the UK because they have also been threatened by the DA that if you don't tell us, we'll get you. So they're stuck. They can't see their parents, their father. Now, what is going on? I mean, who is actually behind it? He's a 64-year-old man, like I said, with a lot of ailments, and he's been deprived of his basic human rights. They are going to the International Court of Human Rights because one thing for sure, to be extradited to the United States, he will not get justice. Did anybody get justice in Guantanamo Bay? No. They put you, they're like, brutal policemen. They do what they have to do. You've seen enough in the movies anyway, what they're capable of. So they're fighting extradition. They say, look, you want to try us for anything, for any, charge, please try us or try him in the United Kingdom, because that's the only place they'll get justice. Because UK courts are not influenced. UK courts go for human rights. The UK courts go for what is the right thing. And that is one of the reasons, if you remember, during World War II, when Winston Churchill said, are the courts working? They said, yes. He says, then we'll survive. Now, that is the kind of trust people have on the British courts. So that is one aspect of it. Now, it's a long story. The people who have given evidence against him, I have the names. One is Ifzal Khan, one is Umar Farooq Kolia, and the other is Vicky Goswami. Umar Farooq Kolia didn't cooperate. He was killed. The other guy, Ifzal Khan, disappeared. And apparently no one knows where he is. Vicky Goswami, of an Indian origin, he's working, and he's one of the, he's a wanted criminal, by the way. And they accepted a criminal's evidence against Asif Hafeez. Can you imagine? A criminal giving evidence against. So when Asif Hafeez brought his own witnesses, they said, no, they're criminals. Can you believe it? Asif Hafeez's witnesses are criminals, but the criminals, the proclaimed criminals, you can take their statements. I mean, that is a travesty of justice, for God's sakes. Complete travesty of justice. He is known to have known a lot of influential people, big time. He's a philanthropist. He gives to the poor. Let me tell you, he bought a gold mine in Congo for about $63 million. The worth was over $200 million. What did he do? He says, look, I can't take that from those poor people. It belongs to those people. If there was, 40, 50 million, on top, yes. He says, but 200 million will be unfair on me to take the gold off the people of Congo. He gave the mines back to Congo. It's history. Go and see it. So if that is the kind of a man, and then you put a fake and a false charge against him, what justice can anybody else have? I just wanted to say this today because I'll be doing a series of shows on this. and I'll get other people to speak on it, because I don't care what Asif Hafeez is or anybody else is. I'll speak for that person who's not getting justice. Life is all about justice. If he's guilty, throw him into the pen. But if he's not, I mean, why are you doing this? Why are you coercing him? You haven't charged him. There's no investigation, and he's languishing in a high-level prison in Belmarsh for 5 years. For God's sakes, 5 years. I need your support. I need your support by making this video viral. I need your support. That this video should go to the right people, to the honest people, to justice-giving people. That look, there are lots of incidences like this where innocent people are subjected to torture and other irregularities. British police doesn't do it, let me tell you now. That is the difference between the American and the British way of justice. So here, whatever is happening at the behest of one or two agents. And one agent, by the way, one FBI agent, told the truth and he was shunted out. He told the truth. He said this is all concocted, this is all fabricated, and they're only trying to coerce him to get things out of him, either get Dawood Ibrahim and all his accomplices and all that. And at whose behest? India. So the whole purpose of today's program was to make you aware. And like I said before, I'll do more shows, more programs, and I'll bring more facts and figures in front of you. But remember one thing, justice has to be given. Justice cannot be denied to anybody. And more so in this case, when you raid somebody's house with numerous cars, as though he's some sort of a big baron like Escobar or something like that, with so many, vehicles coming in to arrest one man. Oh, for God's sakes, if he was like that, would he be living in London? Would he be living out there? Wouldn't he be in at least a safe haven like Dubai or any other Caribbean countries? Of course he could. But there's nothing to hide. They've taken away his stud farms, his polo club, his flat, because he couldn't pay the mortgage in time because he was arrested. And he's lost it all. Somebody's got to be compensating him for that. There's no question about it. Wrong is wrong, right is right. And to top it up, what saddens me, and will sadden you as well, he's been informing of wrongdoings of people from all parts of the world. And yet, he himself gets incarcerated into this, web of lies initiated by the US DEA and, FBI and so on forth. Until the next time, just digest this, but there'll be plenty more coming and you will be stunned. Look after yourself and fight for justice. Khuda Hafiz.